it's Misha again with CBS Global.VTV, the TSD Network, your global network, welcoming home all our global independent leaders. Guess who we have in front of us today? Miss Sarah
Jacobs.
That's right. And Sarah is from?
I'm from San Diego, and I'm running for Congress in the 53rd Congressional District here in California.
So is this your first time running?
It's my second time running, but it will be my first elected office.
So are you excited?
I'm very excited, and we've got 2 days until the primary, and we are feeling so much energy and excitement from everyone on the ground, a lot of grassroots momentum from every single community in the district.
So 2 days.
2 days.
So what do you expect in 2 days happening?
You know, we're not taking anything for granted, and we're pushing really hard. The polls are looking good, but, I worked on the 2016 presidential campaign, so you never know. But we are feeling a lot of energy and excitement. We're feeling good, and we're hoping for victory on Tuesday.
So what is your standpoint? What are you coming from? What kind of background are you coming from to help San Diego?
Good afternoon. Have a safe drive back home.
Thank you.
She's so great. I don't know if nobody's hearing this or listening or, watching this, but we're in an actual private audience with Sarah here. That's how communicated and community effort she is. She's right here in front of me, looking me straight in the eye. And she's very, very personable. So I'm sorry.
That's
what
okay.
background brings you to this?
Thank you. Well, I'm a third-generation San Diegan, born and raised, and I worked in the Obama administration at the State Department, at UNICEF, and I was the CEO of an international education nonprofit before moving back home. And for the last year and a half or so, I've been a scholar in residence at the University of San Diego and the founder and chair of a countywide initiative on childhood poverty here in San Diego. And I'm running for Congress because I believe we need someone who has the experience I've had working in the federal government, who understands all the different ways that the federal government can better serve San Diego. And frankly, I think we need a new generation of leaders who can really go to Washington and do things differently, respect everyone, listen to everyone, work across the aisle, and find solutions and actually get things done.
So you're expecting to everybody communicate and get along. So when you get there, because you've been you've been around, and they don't do that, what is your approach? Is it more indifference, or is it, hey, I'm going to push my idealizing?
So I find that we often all share common goals. It's the tactics on how to get there that we differ on. So you talk to any mom, and they don't think that a child should die because they didn't have access to health care because their parent couldn't afford it. Do we disagree on how we get to that outcome? Yes, but we agree on the goal, and I think when you start to build that trust on the idea of shared goals and shared values, then it's much easier to disagree on the tactics, and you can almost always, in my experience, find some agreement that everyone is equally as unhappy with, which means it's a success.
So I'm a pessimist, okay? So I'm going to ask you, what are you dreading about being elected?
Flying back and forth every week.
Oh, really? Or you're not a fly person?
I actually love flying, and I used to work in international affairs, so I would do really long-haul flights. But every week with that air, I'm definitely going to get sick a lot.
So you're thinking about living out of your suitcase?
That's right, back and forth.
But how long will you be there? Are you going to continue a career in it consistently? I mean, you're so young.
I'm 31.
Young. You're not young, but you have another 30 years of career.
Yeah, well, let's focus on this election first. The typical schedule for a member of Congress is 4 days in D.C., 3 days in your district. For some of those who represent Virginia, that's a little bit easier, but here in California, it means we're on the airplane quite a lot. And I think it's really important to make sure we get back to our districts a lot. So I look forward to that.
So you think there's a miscommunication from your district to Washington?
I think it's important that people really feel what their policymakers and leaders are doing for them in their lives, that they can really feel themselves part of that policymaking process and feel a sense of agency on the decisions that are being made that, govern their lives. And I think having that is really important, and to me, the best way to do that is with these personal conversations and really bringing these discussions to where people are instead of asking them to come to you.
Sure, see? All right, so we're about to leave, but anything you want to tell San Diego about yourself or what's going on?
Yeah, well, I love San Diego, and I'm so grateful for everything that it's done for me and my family. I went to local public schools, and that's why I feel a particular responsibility to give back and make sure that we're building the best San Diego that we can, and that's why I'd be honored to represent San Diego as a member of Congress.
So that personal touch.
That's right.
Got my personal touch.
That's exactly right.
All right. Misha, CBS Global, BTV, the TSD Network, your global network, welcoming home Sarah, hopefully to Congress.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. You take care.
You too.